Very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you once again for joining me. I'm your captain for today's flight, Tim Adams. We are at twitch.tv/Tim's a Pilot, and of course on YouTube as well, a Jetstream TV channel. Just had a nightmare, just tried to fly the A310 and started a live stream, and it just went all pear-shaped. Haven't flown that aircraft for a long time, so we're going to start again. This time with the Air New Zealand A320 Neo, the version 2. Right, without further ado, we are on the southern island of New Zealand right now. Real world weather, real time. Let's just double check that that is the case. Let's click real time. Yes, all good. Current time is 10 to 1 in the afternoon, just after lunchtime in the southern hemisphere, and we're going to be taking a flight today from Queenstown in the south of the southern island, northwesterly up to Christchurch. Flight time today 41 minutes, 241 nautical miles. We'll check out the weather en route, some incredible mountainous scenery that we're going to be flying past, and some points of interest today as well. Waitaki Gorge, Blackjack's Island, Junction Island, Benmore Dam, and a number of other places. I think what we'll do en route as we fly over this place of interest, we'll pause the aircraft, we'll jump in the drone view, we'll nip down to sea level, we'll have a good fly around and see what's on offer to be tourists for a little bit during the flight, like we did on the Scottish flight recently. So, departing at 2-3 at Queenstown on a FKN8 departure for 2-3. That'll take us out via the El Ruv Star, which is here. Northeasterly all the way up until we reach our star arrival of IDPA, which is an IDPA 1 Foxtrot onto runway 20 at Christchurch International, which is an ALS approach. Weather looks great, interesting route, right through the centre of the southern island of New Zealand. So without further ado, thank you so much indeed, I will say it again, for joining me here on the channel, and yeah, let's go flying. Great to have your company. Give you some info on the A320 like I always do, to pass the loading screen time. The A320 Neo took its first flight. Oh no, it didn't. Did you know that the Neo is the A320 Neo stands for new engine option? The older A320 is now called the A320CO, which is the current engine option. We have all the info here at Jetstream TV, ladies and gents. I've just done half an hour of this flight as well, so forgive me if I'm rushing through things a little bit. We also have to manually configure the FMC for the flight on this aircraft, so that'll be our next job when we're on the ground. We are on the runway, and people are just going to have to wait for us to get things done. Just the way it is. Come on. A320 Neo produces approximately 50% less noise on takeoff than the A320CO, and it also took its first flight on the 25th of September 2014. So you join us at Queenstown on the southern island of New Zealand. Real world weather, real time. There is the Airbus A320 Neo. Max altitude cruising height of 41,000 feet in this beast. Very small taxiway here, isn't it? Wouldn't you say? As we taxi into position for takeoff on runway 23. Right, so there we are on the runway. Let's just make sure we've got the views here. 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we need new views. This isn't good. This is not good. Oh, we'll have to do for now. Right, into the cockpit, FMC, first things first. Let's brighten up the PFD ever so slightly. And the dashboard, got that brightness turned up. Let's go to 20,000 initially, and our speed, we'll do managed speed mode. We want 2,500 feet per minute on the climb out, as there's a lot of high ground in Queenstown. Okay, let's go down to the FMC, let's get that configured. And them rudders are doing my head in already, look at them flapping about there. Okay, so the FMGC, we'll go in and get this flight plan plumbed in. First things first, the init ref from and to, so we need November Zulu Quebec November. November Zulu Quebec November, which is the airport ID of course for Queenstown, / where we're going to, which is November Zulu Charlie Hotel. November Zulu Charlie Hotel, and that goes in the box top right, and as you can see, once selected, we are in on the FMC there. Cruising altitude today, we're going to go to 32,000 feet. Get that in the box, there we go. Be minus 47 degrees outside at that altitude, and the cost index today will go with 15. Okay, that's in the box. Next thing we need is the flight plan, and we're going to go for our departure. Select departure, and the runway for departure today is 23, and we're looking for a FKN8 departure. So that's in the box, we'll insert that, there we go. Then we go to our arrival airports, click on arrivals, and we're looking for a IDP1 Foxtrot for ILS 20. So ILS 20 selected, left hand side, IDP1 Fox, so we need to scroll for that, and there it is, IDP1 Foxtrot, and we can insert that into the flight plan. Got some flight discontinuities, but that's fine at the moment. So we come down between our bear with me a minute. So that's our arrival. So between the waypoints here, we need to insert some waypoints. So if we clear everything until that's blank, and then we need upnicks. Upnicks, let's get that added into the flight plan, which is all needs to be before IDPA. So we'll click that there. Upnicks, yep. Insert, boom. That's wrong, that needs to be above. Fuck, what have I done? Let's clear that. Let's get rid of that. Yes, okay, that's fine. Let's go for clear on this. Not allowed. Why is it doing that? It's doing this before. Never mind. End of flight plan, that's fine. Let's go back to this now. So that's our arrival. Has that got that waypoint in twice? I think it has, hasn't it? So we can just go for clear. Clear that. It's not allowing us to do that. Why? Doesn't make sense at all. Let's clear this manual. See what that does. Return. No. So there's an issue with this flight plan for some reason. It's not giving us consistency. Had this earlier. Okay, so there's our departure. We need FKN8 or LVU. Why has it not got the departure? Sorry guys, let's just go back to this Let's get back to the airport. Departure 23 FKN, insert. Right, so makes no sense at all. Why would you do that? It's weird. Let's check the FMC. Right, that's showing us looping back on ourselves. We'll just go with it and we'll have to go direct to places if required. Ridiculous. Not to worry. Let's check the outside of the aircraft. That's the Air New Zealand A320 Neo on the ground at Queenstown. Without further ado, let's go flying, ladies and gents. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Yep, that's fine. Three, two, one, now. Don't know what happened there, but it pulled to the left very drastically. V1 rotate. Just through V2. That's a positive rate. We'll get the gear up. There we go. Autopilot's going in. There's a right turn, we need to avoid that high ground. Check the autopilot. Tracking along the route that we should be tracking on, that's fine. 3,000 feet. Heading for 20,000 VS. (2,500 feet per minute). Speed is going to managed. Oh wow, look at the scenery on this. Unreal. Let's get the flaps, make sure the flaps are up, which they are now. Auto throttle is engaged. These views are freaking me out. 4, 2. Where's the views? Is that 3? I'm going to have to change the view here. I'm just going to configure a new view for the left wing as we climb out, ladies and gents, because that's really irritating. Sorry. Save that off for there. Nose cam, cockpit, new view, left wing, that's fine. 5, 6. They're a bit different, but beautiful nevertheless. Okay, nose view, right wing. That shouldn't be there. We'll go left wing on that. Yeah, we'll change that now. Apologies for this, ladies and gents. Should have had this configured, but it is what it is. If we do it now, it's sorted for the next flight, and the next flight, and the next flight, and the next flight. I think that was on. Was that 8 or 9? Can't think now. That'll do. Shows us our wings. Was it 8 or 9? Take a chance. I'll go with 8. No. That's wrong. Oh, bastard. That's 8. Turn that round. Sorry guys, keeps us busy as we go up to the cruise anyway. Bear with me. to get there in the end, ladies and gents, don't worry about it. And that's view 9. Nose cam, 9, 8, that's better. Okay, more like it. Well, we'll just enjoy some of the views. What I've noticed is the shorts are doing very, very well on the channel, they really are. And if you just leave it in a certain view for up to a minute, that gives us a great short for YouTube. It just gets a lot of traction, and we've a good few thousand views over the last few days, which is really, really encouraging, and it's going to help the channel massively. It's just great to know that you're enjoying the content that I'm posting, so thank you once again. Do a check in what we're doing here now. Let's see how we're getting on with the route. So we're doing what looks like a massive loop there. Should we zoom out on the ND range and let's see what's going on? Why are we doing a massive loop like that? Right, I'm going to do a direct to on the FMC because we're just going miles out of our way. And I think we'll go direct. Let's try that first. That should give us a turn. Flight plan discontinuity, let's just get rid of that if we can. I'll tell you what, we'll just go route direct. Our arrival, because there's a flight discontinuity and it's just very annoying. So that should give us a turn now and a new view. Yes, it does indeed. Let's make sure. Yeah, we're following a track now. That's fine. Climbing through 18,000 feet, 4320. Currently tracking the IDPA. What's going on? It's not giving us the correct information. Just relax for a little bit and have a look at the views off our right hand side, and then we'll go into the map. For those of you viewing the story for this segment, 60 seconds long, I'd like to thank you very much indeed for viewing this short. It's on a flight from Queenstown up to Christchurch on the southern island of New Zealand. You're at Jetstream TV. My name is Captain Tim Adams, currently flying in an Air New Zealand Airbus A320 Neo. As we make a right turn above Queenstown and the beautiful, magnificent mountainous scenery that we've got here on the southern island of New Zealand, as we head northeast up to Christchurch. So thank you very much indeed for joining us. Give us a like, subscribe and a share. It'd be much appreciated. Okay, let's just check what's going on. Yeah, we are tracking the route now, that's good. $189 nautical miles inbound to IDPA. Perfect. So let's check the map. And we're probably going to miss all of that interesting stuff that was around. Sorry, there's Christchurch. Where was all the interesting stuff over the lakes? Was it here? I think that was all the interesting stuff, wasn't it? Where we were going to do the drone stuff. So yeah, I mean, we're on the direct route here now to our arrival. So once we cross over this lake region, we'll jump in the drone. We'll have a fly around. 20 minutes into the stream now, ladies and gents. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here at Jetstream TV and Tim's Pilot on twitch.tv. Had a few issues configuring the FMC, a little bit awkward, not used to flying in New Zealand, so bear with me, I'm used to flying in and out of the UK. Right, 20,000, let's go up to our cruise of 32,000 feet. Set and running, and we'll continue our climb up at, we'll get 2,700 feet on the climb up there. Gorgeous scenery around here, absolutely gorgeous, look at that. Real world weather, real time. Well, we're not going to be turning or anything like that for a while, ladies and gents, so can treat this live stream as a bit of an ASMR session. Beautiful scenery, I'll switch the views, probably cut back on the talking until we're ready for our descent. But yeah, just sit back, relax, enjoy the views. I'm going to pour myself a sophisticated drink, stepping away from the cockpit momentarily. 22 minutes into stream. Once again, I'd like to thank you. Don't go anywhere, I will be right back. First officer's been holding the fort as I've just been to relieve myself and get myself a sophisticated drink. Let's see how we're getting on. Excuse me. Frog back in the throat. Once again. 154 nautical miles now inbound IDPA, which is our arrival. The FMC completely screwed up, so apologies, ladies and gents. But yeah, some ASMR. Lovely relaxing footage as we're climbing up through the levels. Let's just see where we are now on this, bear with me. 30,000 feet for 32,000, we're almost at our cruising altitude now. We're in managed speed mode. .7,000 feet on the climb, that's fine. We are at cruising altitude, so optimum efficiency. We have a 38 knot crosswind from left to right at 284 degrees. We're currently heading 038 on the track for IDPA. 147 nautical miles inbound. Current time is 35 minutes past lunchtime here in New Zealand. 26 minutes into the stream. Let's just have a little look round the aircraft and relax and enjoy the views. Magnificent stuff from up here, really is. And we've just reached 32,000. You can hear the engines throttling back ever so slightly, managed by the auto throttle, as we fly over the western mountains of the southern island of New Zealand. I'd love to know what that dog barking kind of sound is on this aircraft. Very strange. How are you enjoying the views of the southern island of New Zealand on today's stream, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're enjoying the view, and a very good evening to you, new watcher. How are you? Is it my new friend? Could well be. Again, can't check the chat, so thank you very much for your messages. Currently in a flight, just for your information, we departed around about 15-20 minutes ago from Queenstown in the southern part of the south island of the two islands of New Zealand. Currently heading north east up to Christchurch, which is on the very corner top right northeasterly peninsula of the southern island of New Zealand. Flight times are on about 41 minutes today. We're currently cruising at 32,000 feet. We are in the Airbus A320 Neo Air New Zealand livery, which is very nice indeed. There we are, over the magnificent scenery of the southern island of New Zealand here. Incredible views all around. Real world time, real world weather, as we like to do things here at Jetstream TV. Just thought I'd try a different part of the world, different airlines I'm not used to flying, and why not when you've got views as magnificent as these. Incredible stuff. Had some problems with the FMC on this flight. It wouldn't configure things properly, and it was a bit strange because when I was selecting one departure out of for one of the stars for the departure from Queenstown, it was giving me one and then giving me a totally different one on the flight plan. Can't really explain it rather than go to the map. So we departed here, Queenstown. You can see the route. It was a fly out and then a loop round, heading northeast. We are coming up to a place of interest here now by the lakes, but I think our track's a little bit too far left to do the drone thing today. But the arrival should have been Elruff, and they gave us a Foxtrot Kilo November 8, whatever that is. The flight management computer just had a spaz and didn't really know what was going on at all, so what we've had to do is depart Queenstown, fly it manually for a bit, and then head direct to our arrival point, which is Idpa, on an Idpa 1 Foxtrot arrival, I think it is, into ILS 20 here at Christchurch. But yeah, it's very much a route direct, but we're going to have to start managing the descent very soon. Bear with me, so see how far out we are. Where's the aircraft? It's here, and we are around about 150 nautical miles inbound. In the cruise 320 right now, probably give it another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll begin our descent down into Christchurch. But what a wonderful, clear, beautiful day just after lunchtime it is here in New Zealand. Lots of high ground ahead. We're going to have to manage this descent on the way in now. Ensure that we avoid all of that high ground. So we'll look at our descent profile now. We'll start bringing the aircraft down, I think, just a little bit. Let's get this configured. Okay, so descent, we'll bring ourselves down to 14,000 feet, and we'll descend at a very gentle 20,000 feet to begin with. Let's see how we get on with that. Keeping our eye on this high ground that's directly ahead of us. I'd love to know what that barking sound is when you look at the wing views, I really would. Listen to it. What's that? Just going to chill and enjoy that for a little bit. Is that icing? Is that icing on the flaps? Should we have a closer look? Is that ice? Let's have a look on the front part of the wing. Is that ice? Is the ice forming on the aircraft? Is that ice? That's ice. Is that ice? Is that ice? Could well be. Ah, beautiful clear day, look at that, what a view. We'll have a screen grab of that. Mountains snow capped over to the left hand side. Very nice indeed. Thank you very much indeed, once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for joining me here at Jetstream TV. I've recently, as I said the other day, in case you didn't hear it. I've just started uploading shorts on YouTube from the 100 plus videos that we've got here on the channel. Just small 60-second segments, but oh wow, the feedback has been incredible. Over 20 new subscribers in the space of 24 hours. Thousands of views on various different videos that I've posted. Some of them not so many. Some of them have really hit the spot. New subscribers, new comments. And it's absolutely fabulous. It's really great to know that you're enjoying the content that I'm creating. So I really have to take my hat off and say thank you very much indeed. Very humbled, very pleased, and I'm glad you're along for the ride. It'd be very boring if I was just doing it on my own. Well, in fact it wouldn't. It'd still be very enjoyable. But it's great to know that people are really enjoying this content and they are coming along for the ride. So once again, thank you very much indeed. Really is appreciated. From myself, Tim Adams, who runs the channel. So thank you very much. Incredible views here in New Zealand. Should we have a little nosy around the aircraft? Especially the cockpit with these incredible views that we've got right now. Unbelievable. Wow. What incredible views. Breathtaking stuff. Okay, let's check on this descent now. Look at them views, man. We need to avoid that high ground there, but we're coming down to 14,000, so we should be fine until we've cleared them mountains. And you can see exactly on the PFD where we are going to. Get that first. Let's see how far into the flight we are. Yeah, we're just over halfway now. Need to check. I just want to zoom in on the map. Is that okay? Yeah, you can see on the PFD left hand side or right, whichever one you're looking at, although we're not zoomed in enough on the right hand side one. You can see that we are heading direct to IDPA 037 on the track with 59 nautical miles left to run. Currently 17 minutes to 1 PM in the afternoon. Gloriously summer's day down in Australia. Very nice indeed. 5th of March 2026. We have a 22 knot crosswind from left to right. Slightly behind us, which is giving us a bit of a boost with the ground speed now, 393 miles per hour. 283 on the wind, coming from left to right at 21 knots. Excellent stuff. So let's see where we are regarding our descent path. 19,000 feet now with the high ground above, right in front of us, so we'll just keep our eye on that. We're coming down to 14,000. Yeah, 14,000 set and running. The descent profile looking very nice indeed. Nice and simple for our arrival into Christchurch. After 14 we'll bring it down to 10. And we've got a number of turns out over the bay near Christchurch, and then an approach onto ILS 20. Views as far as the eye can see. I like the way I've configured this view, just with the strobe lights on the wing there, just flickering away. Gives us an incredible view of the aircraft. It really does. Have a little mooch around while we're here. Should we go in a little bit closer to that strobe light? Nice. Just a slightly different angle for you, playing around with the, essentially it's what you work the drone cam with. That's how you configure your views. If anybody would be interested in how to actually configure your views, fly around with the drone cam, how to save them off with your keyboard, etc. You can see we're hitting a little bit of bumpy here now with the wings flexing, bumping up and down. But if you'd like to see a video based on how to configure all of the camera views, how to use the drone cam, etc., hit me up in the comments. You know what to do. I haven't got telekinesis, I can't mind read, so get involved, kids. Just going to have a little sip of my sophisticated drink as we are coming down through the levels now, and we'll go back to the cockpit cam and see how we're doing as we approach these mountains. We've passed the mountains. There they are, off on our left hand side. I'm going to chill, have a minute for one of the shorts on YouTube. We'll have some ASMR as we clear these mountains, so I'm going to go silent for a minute, folks. Enjoy the views. Sorry guys and girls if you didn't hear me properly then, but I had the microphone. It's one of them where the microphone piece rotates round towards your mouth. You can flick it back up again, kind of parallel to your head, and it was parallel to my head and not by my mouth, so a bit distant on the last bit, you know why. Wonderful views here off the left hand side of the aircraft on our arrival into Christchurch. Look at the detail on that river below us, wow. And there is the Pacific coast dead ahead, not too far away at all now, so I think we're going to do a gradual descent down to 10,000 feet and we'll manage to descend in from there. 14,000 set, down to 10,000. And we'll come down very gradually at 1,000 feet per minute. 1,200 to be exact. Okay, that's configured. We're all good. Let's make sure the speed is still managed. It is. That's great. Back to our nose cam, or the cockpit cam I should say. That's a huge estuary coming in from the sea there. The airport should be off to our right hand side. Let's just get the map up now so we can get our bearings. 150 nautical miles on the map now. So we've just left Idpa, which is our arrival, and you can see we have to make a number of turns. Vax is our next waypoint. Then we're going to Idisi or Divsu. It will be DC actually, with a right hand turn. Got other aircraft in the area, one they're going to have to keep ourselves alert and check visually for separation. And then we're making a southwesterly turn down for the runway at 20 ILS 20 at Christchurch. So I think there's a conflict coming up. What was that? Again, look at the conflict cleared, I think that was. Just check around, make sure there's no aircraft near us. There he is. Oh no. But yeah, the detail on these estuaries on the way into Christchurch here. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal detail. Don't think we're coming down quick enough. The airport really isn't far away, so let's get that dealt with. Currently 11,000 feet, we need to be much lower than that. What we will do is just check the elevation of Christchurch on the map so we know how far off sea level it is. In fact, there is the airport. This is the 35 nautical mile range map, and the airport is just off to our right hand side. We'll zoom in, we'll click on Christchurch. We've got an elevation of 106 feet above sea level, and as we come in for the arrival now, I think we're going to descend down to around about 5,000 feet. In fact, no, let's bring it down to 2,000, so we're configured, but we'll manage the descent slowly, so we get to India Hotel Whiskey 5, and we're around about 2,000 feet, which will bring us in perfectly for the ILS. Glide slope and everything should be absolutely perfect, and we will be configured to land early and have a beautiful arrival into Christchurch, fingers crossed. So 10,000 feet now down to 2,000 feet on the dashboard. Bear with me 2 seconds. That's fine, that's configured, that's set and running, and the vertical speed now on the descent will go with 1500 feet per minute. Let's see how we go with that. We can always alter that if required. That's in, that's set and running. You'll see airvacs now, and we're making a right turn to our next waypoint. Divsu, which is 12 nautical miles away, just after 1 PM in the afternoon. We're on track of 058 now with a tailwind of 13 knots, ground speed 294 miles per hour as we head to Divsu. Sorry. As we get to Divsu, just with the Pacific coast in front of us, we're making a right turn, and that'll bring us down for base, so for runway 20 for the ILS at Christchurch. As we make the right hand turn at Divsu, we'll configure the aircraft for landing, we'll get the flaps in, and then we'll get prepared for the gear, etc. Double check on the lights, get the cabin crew addressed, make sure the seatbelt signs are on, make sure everybody's sat down. In fact, we'll do that now, to be honest with you. Bear with me 2 minutes. Yeah, right hand turn coming up very shortly, 7 nautical miles inbound Divsu. That should give us time to just let everybody know what's going on. So, cabin crew 10 minutes to landing. Cabin crew 10 minutes to landing. Well, seatbelt signs are on. All the passengers should be getting back in the seats now. Coming through 6,000 feet for 2,000. Master warning. What's that for? Overspeed. No, that's fine. We'll get on the speed. That needs to be managed speed. Our right turn at Divax. Get some air brakes in now. Uh, 5,000 feet. Okay, slightly high. We need to get that sorted. Needs to be coming down a bit faster than that. 3,000 feet per minute now. Slow the aircraft down. Get rid of that master caution. The runway shouldn't be too far away now, so we need to configure the flaps for landing. Flaps coming down. Gears coming down. Flaps full. 55 minutes into the stream now, ladies and gentlemen, on finals for Christchurch. There's the airport. Autopilot's coming out. Auto throttle off. Flaps full. I have control. That came up on us very quickly. I'm going to keep them speed brakes in. Just do a little bit of manual turn here just to roll some of that speed off. Just get that nose raised just a little bit. Ignore the sink rate warnings, it's okay, it's all good. Just left it a little bit late to disengage the autopilot. Coming in, that's fine, we're at 1,000 feet now. Runway is long enough here to accommodate us. There we go. Aircraft waiting to depart. No visuals. Decisions to land.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. 10, 5.
And welcome to Christchurch, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful day here. This A320 has got a mind of its own when it comes to the nose wheel steering. And we'll get the brakes on. Oh my god, we're all over the place. Apologies for this, guys, but as I say, the nose wheel steering on this aircraft is an absolute joke and very, very difficult to deal with. There we go, kind of saved it. Welcome to Christchurch. We made it in one piece. Thank God for that. We can taxi in now. And we'll be making a left-hand turn at this taxiway. If the nose gear wants to do as it's told. Very awkward, whatever they've done on the latest build for this, but the nose wheel steering is a nightmare. I don't know if there's anything separate for the tiller or not on this aircraft. But yeah. Bringing it in late, wasn't configured, wasn't prepared. It's just the way we roll here at Jetstream TV. No doubt you're going to try and correct me in the comments, as people are already trying to do. That's great. I'm not a real world pilot. One day I will be, that is the plan. But I just love aviation, and there goes the aircraft that was waiting for us on finals departing above us. And off it goes to wherever it may be going. I'm not taking it down to the terminal, guys. 58 minutes, we're coming up to the hour. I'm just going to stick it here on the right, shut everything down, and we'll call it a day for this one. But it's been fantastic. Thank you very much indeed for joining me once again here at Jetstream TV. Stick it next to this car. We'll jump out of this, we'll jump in that, we'll go for a spin. There we go, parking brake on. We'll lose the air brakes, we'll lose the flaps, and another aircraft departing right now above us. Where's that going? Coming back into view. Oh, is there? So there we have it, ladies and gents. Thank you very much indeed for joining me on our flight from Queenstown up to Christchurch. It's been thoroughly enjoyable, something a little bit different here for the channel, and once again, it's great to have you on board. Coming up to the hour mark, we'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us again. This video will be on the YouTube channel Jetstream TV. Please be sure to subscribe, like and comment. It's great to read all your comments, it really is. And obviously to reply, I reply to as many as I can. And yeah, until the next time, look after yourselves, be safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, look after yourselves. Bye bye now.